Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Christine, and this is Mr. Bangle's cousin. I haven't quite figured out a name for him yet, but because you are seeing him, that means you're watching Hobby's Corner. Mr. Bangles is on vacation with his wife. Actually, I just picked this little guy up, and I think it's now going to be something I'm going to be collecting because I just think they are so super cute, and I love the color of this blue. So I figured we'd let him introduce this next jewelry reveal video. So we're going to go ahead today. It is Friday evening, and we're going to take a look at some jewelry I picked up at a number of visits to thrift stores. So there are some pieces that I've picked up individually and pieces that did come in a bag, and I got them put in this really lovely jewelry box. Just love this top on it. To me, it looks vintage, and inside we have the lovely mirror and then this red velvet lining. So I'm going to keep this jewelry box. I think it's quite cute. It's vintage looking. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what I picked up. I'm going to move it over here. I do have another light I just want to adjust just to give us a little more brightness in the video. And we'll get started with some brooches. Let's pull some of these out. I know that there are quite a few brooches in this lot, and some of these brooches were purchased in a town called Peterborough. I went to visit some family there, and some of them were from local thrift stores in my area. I remember I picked up a bag of brooches. They had a lot of Christmas and seasonal themes in them, and I picked them up for $1, so I was really happy about that. It's always nice to get a eclectic bag of treasures. Fun to open them. So we have some on the table here. I don't have my white cloth today because it is in the laundry. It's been a little busy here this week. This is our first pin. Beautiful royal blue, enameled with that cream, and we've got that vintage back. I believe this was in the dollar bag. It's quite pretty. This is another vintage pin. Stick 6 out. Beautiful black enameled flower with some gold buttons, and centered around it are some crystal stones. I believe they're glass. Both of these brooches aren't marked, but they are pretty nonetheless, aren't they? So let's move those out of the way. We have a cute little bear pin. Doesn't have a mark on it. And I love this big Santa. Look how big he is. Very, very nice looking Santa. A little bit of rust on the back, but that's an easy fix. To get these off, what I usually do is heat up I have a set of dental sticks. So the metal ones that dentists will use to clean your teeth and to poke through between the teeth, you can pick them up at, hobby stores and stuff like that. I picked mine up at a store called Princess Auto, and I use them. I heat them up, and then when I heat them up, the heat conducts, and it's a really great way to not ruin the piece. I just gently poke it underneath and reheat it, and then this will just eventually pop off without any damage. So using heat to get that old dried glue off. This one I loved. It's perfect for this time of the year. It's a mechanical witch. Made in China. Thought that was pretty cute. So a nice Halloween pin. And then another seasonal pin. I thought this one was really cute too. Is this pewter-like Christmas tree. It's got some Aurora Borealis on it and some cute little ornamental accents. And down here an angel with a dove and then a snowflake. A little bit of wear on those, but I believe they will come clean. I think it's just oxidization. So we'll have to clean that. There is no mark on this either. It's quite heavy. Well made. Okay, these came in the dollar bag as well. So these are hypoallergenic and they are the cutest little snowmen. They have 5 set rhinestones in different colors. And they are fishhook. Really great for the holidays. Super cute. This one I picked up in the mall. This really surprised me. In Peterborough, in Lansdowne Place, there is a store that is actually a thrift store. And I've never seen a thrift store or a secondhand store in a mall before. And everything was closed. We had gone on a Sunday. So I had visited some family and our visit was extended a bit longer. And I didn't get a chance to go to many thrift stores other than Value Village. And so we just went into the mall to get something to drink, and lo and behold, there was a thrift store in the mall. Blew my mind, and I picked up this mandolin there. Nice gold finish, black enamel, another vintage pin. Really, really unique. I don't have anything like this. Love that pin. This I picked up at our local thrift store. I don't really want to share where it is because privacy. But this is just a lovely strand of rose quartz. I've had one of these before in moonstone and in the rose quartz, and I sold them. But I'm always willing to pick these up nice and cold. Probably will put that up as well because the other one did well and sold. Here's another Christmas pin. Let's just pull some of these pins out of this lovely box here. All of these Christmas pins came in the dollar bag I got. And the dollar bag I purchased, like I said, in Peterborough, but it was at Talese. It was a massive Talese store, which is a thrift store that they have there. So all of these that I'm putting here were in that dollar bag. So let's just take all of those out. I think that's, oh yes, these were in there too. And this cute little rubber. This one was in there as well, which needs some repair, I recall. And okay. I do believe that was all that was in the bag. I mean, that's quite a bit of stuff for $1. They probably couldn't sell it on its own, so they packed it up. So let's take a look at some of these things. So this is just a cute little spiky silicone bracelet. This is a strand of Christmas tree lights, and it's a necklace. That is so cute. Some have, well, they all have a very lovely shimmery finish to them. So that's a really cute holiday necklace. This, oh, it's broken. This one is broken. Right here. It's too bad. I could take those off and put another one on. It's very lovely though, isn't it? Be good for crafting. Lovely. Here is a cute Christmas cat. Cute little cat. Little heart necklace. Same material as the bear. Don't know what that material is. It's very hard. Like a resin of some sort. It's a really true to its form snowman, isn't it? With the branches. Yep, that's a nice one. This was also in there, and I thought this was really cute. I love this little box with the flower. some stones on the back. Not quite sure what it is. If you know what this is, it looks like a Chinese New Year, or maybe Hungarian. I don't know. It's neat though. Here is a really adorable pin, a mouse skiing. Look at the color. It's in great condition. There's no mark on that, but what an adorable little pin for the holidays. This one is broken, and I think it's broken. I think it's meant to have another mouse on it, but I was thinking of just snipping that off and gently filing it with my Dremel, and then you wouldn't know the difference. Again, it's pewter-like. Very cute, though. Maybe there was a Christmas present there or something, and this is a JJ pin. I can look it up. These remind me of when I was younger. It's the velvet. Cute little stocking. When I grew up, the best part of Christmas for me, outside of the presents when you're young, was my stocking. I loved waking up. It was the one thing we could open Christmas morning while my parents were still asleep. We were allowed to go get our stocking, and I remember there would be fruit in it and oranges and all our toys. And as we got older, you know, cosmetic stuff. It was the best part of that morning. This is a Christmas bell, and it looks like it's missing its rhinestones. So I'm going to repair this one. It looks older. It's articulated too, so it does have the bell to make that noise. It does have a mark on it as well. Milu. Never heard of it. So we'll fix that. This Brett was in there. These are nice. I actually have a ring. I could probably put those in because I won't wear that. This is an older looking pin. It's turning yellow. Cute little scene. No mark. Ouch, stabbed me. It's pretty though. Nice winter theme. These were in there too. A lot of holiday stuff. These are cute little shamrock earrings. It's plastic rhinestones. And then this, but I don't know. I do not recall if there was another one of those. I think we'll just wait to see if we find it. Yeah, let's wait. I don't think this was in there, but we could use this as a pendant. It's cute little snowman head. So those were the brooches that were in one bag that I paid $1 for. So I think that's pretty good. The quartz was not. That was separate. I believe I paid $2 for that at our thrift store. This is something else I picked up, and where did I get? Oh yes, I got this from the Giving Closet. Another thrift store that I really like. I'm just going to get a drink of water. Give me 1 second. I really like the Giving Closet. It's a 2-floor thrift store, but I saw this in the case, and I believe I paid $2 for this, and I just love these dark stones. How they're bezeled in there. Nice cabochons, and it's made very well. And it has that vintage chain on it. The vintage, I believe it's like snake chain. And a really neat clasp. So I was really happy to find this. And I do have that up on Poshmark right now. But I love that vintage look. There was a really cute butterfly. This is a brooch. Very, very shiny. Nice detail. It's got that old vintage back. And I like the size of it. It's not too big. Very cute. I got some threaded I don't know if this is silk or not. It does have a little bit of pulling. It's a neat color. It's like a gray with a tint of mauve to it. But I did pick this up and I believe this was $1. I have a particular individual that likes to purchase these. But now that I notice it has the little pulls on it, it might be something I end up keeping. This is Robert Hall, Canadian pewter jewelry designer. He makes a lot of knickknacks as well. A lot of kitsch. And these pairs of skate earrings were a recent purchase I made a couple of days ago. Really cute, eh? And they're very lightweight, surprisingly. I picked this up because I just thought it was so unique. I love the shell design. I love these handmade glass beads in between, and I just love the color. Thought I've never really seen anything like this, and it just stood out for me as being very unique and different. So very pretty. Matches my sweater. This was interesting. I believe actually this came in the bag. This is a charm bracelet, and it is a wine themed charm bracelet. It has everything. Barrels, tools, goblets, sorry, cheese, bunches of grapes. It is very, very neat. What's that? More cheese. Somebody loved this. We have a lot of wineries where I live, and it wouldn't surprise me if this might have been something you could pick up in their tourist shop. But very, very neat. Isn't that neat? All those different charms. So maybe a wine lover will love that. Here's like a vintage Parfait necklace, and I love this one because it's pastel. The Parfait necklaces, I think they're back from the 60s. They were big and they were introduced, and it's just this really neat cut glass. This is just different. Isn't that neat? This is a choker size, but I love the colors. And the thing about older necklaces I find is they were really small and sat very close to, like, above the collarbone. If you have something like this that you really like but you're staying away from it because it's a choker, just get yourself some extenders and clip them on and make it longer. No one sees the back that you wear. All they care about is the front. These remind me of the candies that they make where they heat up the corn syrup and the sugar, and then they harden it and roll it and mix different colors together, and then they roll it out into thin rods, and then they cut it down into little chunks, those hard candy. That's what these remind me of. Like you could eat them. Here we go with some vintage Aurora Borealis crystal. This I paid $1 for. I almost feel guilty when I find stuff like this, and it's $1. This one I really liked. It's not marked, I believe. I don't think it has a mark on it. But it's really pretty. No, it doesn't. But it even has on the end the little beads that the hooks around. It's in great condition. Look at that sparkle. There's a very specific way that they made this glass. It had to be heated in a particular way. It's quite an interesting story if you wanted to do some research on it. We're getting down to the end. Oh, this was also something that I picked up. I picked this up because I do have a petite point set that I got in an estate sale a long time ago, and what was missing was the ring. And I thought this would fit lovely in with that set. So the set will be completed now. It's always nice when you find something that completes a set. I did pick this up thinking it was potentially silver. I've tested it and it is not, but it has withstood the test of time. So it's still a good bracelet. Herringbone, that's what that's called, right? I believe. I still don't know why it didn't test as silver. I still think it is. So we're getting into the last little bits here. These were a wonderful find too. They have no maker's mark, but I love the color. This red just screams vintage to me. That blood red. They are clip-on earrings. They're in really great condition. And they are glass, not plastic. So if I need this color to repair something, that's really why I picked them up. Don't sell very many clip-on earrings. So when I do buy them, I buy them for a purpose, and really sorry earrings, but you're probably going to be refurbished. This was a ring I picked up at Value Village. I paid $1 for it. It says 925 on the inside, but this is a really good example of a fake. So it actually is not silver. I tested it. It's not even silver plated, so you have to be careful. Stuff coming out of remote locations being imported says that it's real, but it's not. But it's still pretty. Someone will purchase it. This I loved. If you recall in a previous video, I had found a Swarovski tennis bracelet just like this. Well, I went back to the same thrift store maybe a few weeks later, and this was there. And this I paid $2.99 for. It didn't have a price tag on it, so I was kind of bummed because I don't know if it happens where you live, but if there's no price on something in a thrift store, I always feel like they just randomly pick a price out of the air, and it's never what I thought it was worth or what I would pay for it. So I thought for sure they were going to, charge me more for this than what I felt it was worth, but they didn't. And I just think it's beautiful. And I love the way it attaches. Right here, it's just made very well. This little button you push and it opens, and there's no mark on it. I debated on keeping this, but I have it listed on Poshmark. This is a series of sterling silver that I picked up mostly from Value Village. This actually came from my local thrift store, these earrings. I picked these up for $2. They were completely black. I cleaned them. They've got that lovely filigree pattern. They're domed, so they're very vintage to me. They remind me of when I grew up, and they're sterling silver. So this was a great find. I think there's lots of people that love heart jewelry. People continue to make it, so there has to be. This as well as I picked up Value Village. Didn't pay very much for it. There's no mark in it, but I could tell just by the undercoat here the blackening that it was probably silver, and it turns out it is. It's very artsy. It's a neat ring. It's not very big. It's a 6, I believe. So I was happy to pick that up. Rings are my thing. I got this as well. If you recall, I had one of these before and I did sell it on Poshmark. It was much thicker, so I'm hoping to have the similar success with this one. It's a vintage band as well. Size 8. This one I thought was really interesting. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to move this out of the way because, and I hope my video hasn't been blurry the whole time. Again, I believe this is the figlery. I don't think the other one was, now that I think about it. Where did the other one go? Yeah, I believe this one is the one with the figlery pattern. And what I like about this is I like the curve on it, but the back is the same. The back is also curved, which I think is pretty cool. So that one we have. And then this I picked up on my trip to Peterborough, and it is a Coach sterling silver necklace, and it had a price tag on it. It was tangled. I pulled it off and the price tag came off. And again, because you're in a thrift store, if it doesn't have a price, they have to get the manager to come over. And I thought, oh no, it was $1.99 on the price tag. I tried to like give it to the lady, and I think they thought that I had taken it off and put it on something else. But I got it for $1.99, and it has this, it has its authentic Coach tag there. And this has the authentic C's all over it, engraved. Probably can't see it, but yeah, so a Coach sterling silver necklace, which was pretty cool. And then the last pieces we picked up, I believe that's it. Yeah. Let me get this out of here and I'll show you the inside of this lovely box. I picked up these Pewter Dolphin earrings. If you recall, I have the sterling silver pendants I found at the new thrift store that I discovered. I also have these. These are some really cute studs, and they have a letter inscripted, some lettering on them. And I don't know what it means. Just going to take a quick peek and then I'll let you know, and if you know, you can tell me. It says N.R, and that's it. I don't know if they're Avon. Whenever I see NR, I think Nina Ricci. I don't know why. I don't even know who that is, why that's in my brain. I picked these up too at our local thrift store for $1, and they are sterling silver with the pearls on the end. This looks really worn. It's just needs to be cleaned. I tested them both. So this is an interesting pair. So I'll clean those. And then this. This feels like lucite. Beautiful yellow. And it does have something written on the back of this clasp. It has, you can see here, I'll tell you what it says because it's very, very small. It appears to be the numbers 875. There is a star in the middle before that number, and there is the letter P. So it's P star. Oh, and it has the I think it's like the symbol of the Sith, and I can't remember what country that is. I believe it's in Europe. So this is definitely something that has come from a long way. It has other letters on it too, but I can't quite make them out. Very, very cool. So it's a vintage piece that's traveled across the world. I will figure out what that symbol is. So those are the things that I picked up in my travels. This has been a long video. I apologize. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of really cool little neat pieces. Some great holiday stuff. Some nice vintage pieces and some sterling. You're not always going to find bags that have really cool jewelry in them. So sometimes it's just worth it to take your time and go look and make your own collection of little pieces, and don't spend more than you can. These all were really fabulous deals, and it took me a long time to get this collected so that I could share it with you. Mind you, I do spend a lot of time in the thrift stores, but you have to have self-control. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. If you can think of a name for this guy, the cousin of Mr. Bangles, then let me know. Isn't he adorable? I hope everyone has a really great weekend. I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to do a crafting video because I did pick up something before I go I quickly want to show you. So give me 1 second and I'll go get it. In my travels on Facebook Marketplace, so while I'm laying in bed shopping, I found a young lady who was selling a collection of origami, and I've always been fascinated with origami, but it's always been really too big. You just can't make jewelry out of it. Well, I found something that I can make jewelry out of. So in here, and I purchased this from her, I paid $10 for this entire bag of tiny little origami stars. I just want to show you a couple of them before we go. I'm going to make some fun jewelry out of these. This is modern paper and vintage paper. There are cartoon characters in here. Look how tiny that is. It is such an amazing collection of tiny little origami stars that someone has taken the time to make, and I thought these would make really, really cute accessories. So I'm going to make earrings out of them and necklaces, and I have a ton to work with. So maybe we'll do a video where we craft with these. There's so many, I can't even tell you. So I'm excited for that. Well, until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.